Hello my dear students, I am Pratibha Deya from the English Lux and today we will discuss a poem for students of class 10th, first flight book, poem number 4, How to Tell Wild Animal, written by Caroline Wells. Outline of our video is poet, introduction, recitation, summary, glossary and explanation, rhyming scheme and literary device, conclusion.
Let's start.
Poet of this poem is Caroline Wells, 1862 to 1942. She was an American writer who was famous for books based on mystery. Her famous works are At the Sign of the Sphinx, 1896, The Jingle Book, 1899, The Story of Betty, 1899, etc. Introduction. This poem is beautifully introducing the wild animals in a different way. It is a humorous poem. The poet suggests some dangerous ways of identifying wild animals. The suggested ways create humor. She says, if you ever visit the jungles in the east and you happen to encounter a lion, a tiger or a leopard, you will be able to identify them by the way they attack you. Identifying while dying, the idea makes you laugh. She also tells you to identify a bear from its friendly, hard bear hug, a hyena from its laugh, and a crocodile from its weeping while swallowing its victim. If you see nothing on the tree, then there is a chameleon, as it has the quality to change its color according to its surroundings. Let's recite the poem How to Tell Wild Animal. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. Or if sometimes when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he will only lap and lap again. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it is the bear. If you have any doubt, I guess he will give you just one more caress. Though to distinguish beast of prey a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from hyenas thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep they are crocodiles. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. Summary of the poem. The poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Caroline Wells has explained the characteristics of various wild animals in a very funny way. She has used language in a way that it generates humor. She is introducing the reader to various kinds of wild animals like Asian lion, Bengal tiger, bear, etc., explaining each of the animals in a very humorous way. The poet is describing the various wild animals. These animals are very dangerous and she has introduced them one by one in a very funny way. If the wild animal is having black stripes on yellow hide, then it is Bengal tiger. Hence, if the animal whose hide is covered with spots jumps at us and starts eating, then it is a leopard. Also, if we are meeting the animal who hugs us tightly, then certainly it is a bear. A beginner can differentiate between crocodiles and hyena by knowing the facts. Hyena always smiles, whereas tears are there in crocodile's eyes. If there is nothing on the tree, then there is a chameleon. Now we will do glossary and explanation. Advance, to move forward towards, often in order to attack or threaten. Tawny, brownish yellow in color. Beast, a dangerous animal. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. The poet is telling the readers that how they can recognize various animals in the jungles of the east. So in first stanza, she says that if the readers comes across an animal whose skin is yellowish brown in color, and if it roars at him so strongly that he can die out of fear, it means that he has encountered an Asian lion. She has humorously explained the Asian lion which could kill a person with its roar. Noble, here very impressive in size. Ground, background. Discern, make out, identify. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. She explains an animal that roams in the jungle and belongs to a royal clan. The color of its skin is yellowish with black stripes. She says that if you notice that he kills you and eats you up, then this means that you have surely seen a Bengal tiger. This time also she has used dark humor to explain how a tiger looks like, because once a person has eaten up by a wild animal, there is no use to determining which wild animal it is. Strolling, to walk somewhere in a slow relaxed way. Fourth, forwards, away from a place. Peppered, here covered with spots. Leapt, to jump high or a long way. Hide, animal skin. If strolling forth, a beast you view whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he will only lap and lap again. Here in this stanza, the poet says that if you are casually walking in a jungle, you will meet an animal who has a skin with spots on it. The animal is so fast that it will leap on you at once, which means that it will jump on you. This jumping is an indication that it is none other than the leopard. Here, moreover, she adds that if you will cry out in pain, it is not going to be of any use, as it will keep on jumping on you. So, in this stanza, the poet has explained the characteristics of a leopard. Yard, backyard or the lawn area of a house. Caress, a gentle touch. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. If you are walking in the lawn area of your house and you meet a creature which hugs you tightly, it is a bear. She further adds that if you are still in doubt regarding the animal, the easiest way is that he will keep hugging and touching you very gently. This act of his will make you sure about its identity. You will come to know that it is a bear. Distinguish, differentiate. Beast of prey, any animal that hunts other animals for food. Novice, someone new to a job. Nonplus, be confused, puzzled, surprised. Though to distinguish beast of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The poet says that for someone who is new to the job of recognizing animals, it will be like a puzzle to recognize animals that hunts other animals for their food. So here the poet tries to help out the readers by telling the difference between two animals. She says that hyenas will be smiling, whereas if it is a crocodile, it is always in tears. Both of these animals are dangerous. Chameleon, a small lizard that can change color according to its surroundings. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of things. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. The poet says that the next is chameleon, which is a small creature. It looks like a lizard, but the difference between the two is that chameleon does not have ears and wings. Moreover, she says that chameleon has the ability to change its color according to the surface on which it is sitting. Therefore, if you see a tree and not finding on it, then it must be a chameleon sitting on it. It has changed its color into the color of tree. So we have discussed the poem. We will see the literary device used in this. First of all, the rhyme scheme. The rhyming scheme of the poem is A B A B C C. The words highlighted in red color designates A. For example, in stanza 1, chance, advance. In stanza 2, round, ground, view, you, yard, hard, prey, may, small, all. The words highlighted in yellow color designates B. For example, east, beast, you, peppered, leopard, there, bear, nonplus, thus, thing, wing. The words highlighted in blue color designates C. For example, dine, loin, learn, discern, pain, again, guess, cress, smiles, crocodiles, tree, sea. Now we will do literary device. Our first literary device is enjambment. When the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation mark, here in and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast. So enjambment here. Next is assonance. The prominence of a vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. Here use of vowel sound O. You should go, should to you, roars. And next is inversion. Inversion is a term used to refer to inverting of the normal word order in a sentence or phrase to maintain the rhyme scheme or rhythm in poetry. Here, if there should to you, advance. And next is allusion. Allusion is a figure of speech that makes a reference to a famous thing, place, species of animal, etc. either directly or by implication. Here, Asian lion. Our next literary device is alliteration. Repetition of consonant sound are at start of two or more closely connected words that are roaming round. And next is inversion. Change in the format of a sentence. Here, the Bengal tiger to discern. And next is assonance. Use of vowel sound O or if sometime when roaming round. Our next literary device is alliteration. Use of consonant sound H in the beginning of two words he, has. And next is assonance. Use of vowel sound O. Here strolling, forth, you, whose, sport, do, no, good, to, roar. And next is repetition. Use of left word in the last line. Here left word is used here 2 times. That's why repetition. And next is consonants. Use of I sound. He, will, only, lap, lap. And next is poetic license. What is poetic license? A liberty to the poet to change the spelling in order to create rhyme or rhythm in a poem. Here use of left word instead of leapt, L-E-A-P-T. That's why poetic license here, because poet is using a license to change the spelling according to the rhyme and rhythm of a poem. Our next literary device is enjambment. Continuation of a sentence to the next line. If you were walking round your yard, you meet a creature there. And next is alliteration. Use of W when walking. Use of H who hugs. Use of B bear. And next is assonance. Use of vowel E meet a creature there. Our next literary device is alliteration. Use of consonant sound N, novice, nonplus. Use of the sound the, thus. Assonance. Use of vowel E, meet a creature there. Next is enjambment. Continuation of sentence to the next line. For example, though to distinguish beast of prey a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Our next literary device is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive of a placed words. Here use of H sound he, hasn't. And next device is consonants. When a consonant sound is repeating but sometime starting of the word, sometime middle of the word and sometime ending of the word, that device is called consonants. Here use of G sound single wing. Conclusion. The poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Caroline Wells revolves around the dangerous ways to identify the wild animals. The poet tries to distinguish one animal from the other in a humorous way. The poet suggests that it's very risky to be in such a close proximity to these wild beasts. This humorous poem suggests some dangerous ways to identify wild animals. The poet gives a beautiful description of the Asian lion and the Bengal tiger. Then she points out about the leopard and the bear. She describes the hyena for its smiling face and the crocodile for its tear. I hope you understood the glossary, explanation of the poem and literary device used here very well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it will be useful to you. Thank you.
Make sure if you have any suggestion and comments, feel free to write in the comment section, and for more videos, like and subscribe my channel, The English Slugs, your key to English, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.